Hey fellow Garage Golfers, Roland and Gilbert here with Garage Golf, and today we're here with Adam with Bridgestone. Adam, how you doing, bud?
Good. How about you guys?
Doing good. Doing good.
Thanks for coming by.
We'd like to meet with you guys every year at the PGA show. Tell us a little bit about what you guys have going on this year.
So this year we're launching the new Tour B series,
Okay.
and it is an update on our lineage line of the RX, RXS that are designed for swing speeds under 105, and the X and XS for swing speeds above 105.
Okay.
What's new on that golf ball this year is the Reactive X system.
Okay.
And the Reactive X system is the culmination of two technologies. What's new this year is the mid-layer, which is the accelerant mid-layer. And it's a little bit denser mid-layer.
Right.
That way it's a little bit faster off the tee, and then also around the greens it pinches that cover for a little bit more.
Okay.
And then the second leg of that Reactive X system is the Reactive IQ cover. So those two working in tandem together make up that Reactive X system.
So this particular series of ball isn't dedicated for someone of a certain handicap. It would work for anyone across the board just based upon swing speed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So the design of the inside of the golf ball, the core, is designed for a faster swing speed or a little bit slower swing speed. It matches up, much like the shaft of an iron would match up with the swing speed a little bit better.
Okay, awesome. Very cool. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit, I think we're going to break this down and talk a little bit about some of the technology as well, right?
Yeah, there's some exciting new visual technology on the golf ball that we're excited to share.
We're going to jump into that next. All right, so we're back, and now we're talking with David, and we're going to be talking a little bit about a new technology on the golf ball. Tell us a little bit about that, David.
Yeah, so we just developed a new technology called Mindset.
Okay.
We developed it with Jason Day and his performance coach, Jason Goldsmith.
Very
and
cool.
It's a three-step process that allows golfers to take the analytical part of the game and separate it from the athletic part of the game.
Okay, and we'll show this to the people on camera as they go through it, but we basically have, what, 3 steps here with the design process?
Yep, so it's a three-step process. The first step in the process is identify your target. And in that piece of the process, you're really information gathering.
Okay.
So you're figuring out the distance, you're figuring out the wind, and you're figuring out the club that you want to hit.
All right.
And then the second step in the process is called visualize the shot path.
Awesome.
And that's when the golfer is really connecting with the target.
Okay.
So they're imagining what the shot would look like, or they're feeling in their body. Some people do a rehearsal swing to kind of feel what that's like, but the idea is they're connecting with their target so that when they move to the third step of the process, focus on the dot, they've internalized that target connection, right?
Right.
And then they're just free to perform.
Okay. So we got 3 circles, so you work from the outer circle back in.
Back in.
Okay. Very, very cool. And what has your testing been like with it so far, as people have tested it out and gone through that process?
Right, so we've done a couple of different types of tests. We've done tests, we've brought consumers in and had them use it, trained them, had them hit their normal shots, and then trained them and had them hit shots again. You know, that process has showed improvement in distance and then also in putts made.
Okay.
And then we're starting a longer term testing process where we've got consumers that are getting trained in the process and playing it over a longer term. And we're seeing in the first bits of those results, we're seeing players drop as many as 2 to 3 shots per round.
Wow, that's awesome. It's good to know that it's not only for tee shots, but also for putts as well. So that's pretty
Correct.
cool.
It can be used on every shot. So when you've got ball in hand off the tee and then while putting, you can line it up and you can orient the pattern. When you don't have that, you just focus on another part of the golf ball and use that as the green
Same
dot,
kind of
so to
concept.
speak.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Well, very cool. Anything else that you want to go over we haven't covered here today in regards to your golf ball line?
Yep. So, I mean, as Adam mentioned, you know, we've got the new Tour B launch, and now with Mindset, we've got super exciting stuff going on with Bridgestone. Hope you give it a shot.
Very cool. If you guys have any questions, make sure you reach out to us anytime. Roland at mygaragegolf.com. We're here to answer any questions you have. Until the next time, keep on golfing. We'll see you on the next one. All right, so we're here with Amelia. This is her 3rd year with Bridgestone, 4-time All-American golfer, and she's going to talk to us a little bit more about the process of how we use Mindset and how she would go through a normal swing process here.
Yeah, so like David mentioned earlier, he walked through the steps, 3 steps in Mindset. First, identify your target. So for me, see that red flag over there about 100 yards away, I'm hitting a driver, but that's going to be the target where I'm going. Gathering, you know, some elements, we got wind in our face. Next step, visualize. So this is really the big component that is important to sort of train and kind of figure out, you know, how you like to see the shot best. But we want to get as target oriented as possible. So I like to see a pretty straight shot, and I'm also going to do a little bit of a rehearsal, kind of feel exactly what I want to do. And now when I step into the shot, the only thing I want to be focusing on is this green dot. That is the third and final step. Not trying to be super technical at all. I'm just going straight into the ball, and I'm just really looking at that red flag. When I stare at the green dot, I'm still thinking about my target.
And just piping it right down the middle, huh?
And there you go. Those
Very
are the three
cool.
steps.
Thank you for walking us through that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, so Amelia, you're gonna talk to us a little bit more about how you would go through the putting process with this golf ball as well.
Yes, exactly. So very similar three-step process, identifying my target, obviously the hole, so that's pretty self-explanatory, and then the visualization component. So it's uphill, breaking a little bit right to left, so I'm gonna pick my target and I'm gonna really see that slight curve in the ball. So that's really, really important with putting. And then I would say the green dot is the most important, just having that focal point when you're over the ball. And then when you do end up putting, you want to keep your head fully down and try to keep seeing almost the ball as if it were still there. So I'm going to get over the ball. I'm going to be super target oriented, thinking about the curve, seeing it.
Nice.
There you go.
Very nice. All right, so Adam, tell me a little bit about your thought process when you line up the golf ball, because everyone's going to have maybe a little bit different thought process here, right?
Yeah, Amelia was talking about the adaptability kind of with the marking, and people will use it a lot of different ways. Jason Day actually puts the marking on top, and he's looking down on top of the golf ball. But we've seen a lot of people put it towards the back and use the green dot as like actually the impact spot as a place to kind of put that emphasis on where your driver's going to hit.
Okay.
We've saw people, change the line on top to where it's a swing path thought. So the green dot moves on the inside of the ball. You're thinking of a draw. I'm catching the inside of the golf ball, and my swing path needs to go out to the right. Same thing if you're going to hit a fade. You can kind of move that dot to the outside and think about your driver impact coming across that way.
Let's zoom in on the golf ball a bit and trying to show me, like, if we were to, let's see if I can get it right there. Okay. Now let's say we're pointing straight here and we want to hit a draw. How would you rotate the line of the ball in relation to where you want your club path to go?
Yeah, so you'd want to move the green dot towards the inside and then make that top line kind of go to the outside. You want the swing path to be inside the out, but you want to hit the inside of the golf ball.
Nice.
So if that's a straight one and you want to hit a fade, you do kind of the same thing.
So
swing path inside, green dot towards the outside.
Where you
of
see the
golf
arrows
ball.
pointing is the direction you'd want your club face to go in.
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Very cool, very cool. And I think that gives you a really good thought process on what to work on when you're on the tee box or even when you're lining up your putts, as Amelia mentioned earlier. So
Absolutely.
very cool. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.